Hello. Ah. Cough. I'm a little out of it right now. Ay. My headache and also just can't get my glasses to stay in a proper position. Anyway. We'll do at least our 2 hours of and we'll see. We'll see how the headache progresses during the 2 hours. It is what it is. It is what it is, isn't it?
All afterlives will freeze here! This is where we die!
Do we have to die though?
No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft! My mind's ablaze! Make it stop!
I think she can literally just cancel the backstab. She feels it. If it's about to go off. Yeah, they're like just like a small sidestep. Randomly cancels the backstab. And then she of course has the backstab protection every
Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me?
Yeah, there she did the
No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft!
yeah, she has like 2 or 3 layers of backstab protection. There's the even like every 2 backstabs she just cancels it mid backstab, and then she has that sidestep that she keeps doing for randomly. So this is again one of those bosses where they're like really hard on the like they're yelling in your face like play our parry game. Use the parry. Why are you not using the parry? Everybody loves parrying. Everybody. Just Sekiro. Don't you know? You gotta love parry because Sekiro.
Laboratory for the sake of craft.
I complain about it way too much, don't I? I just use the bow. Can I grindstone the bow? I can. Okay. It's interesting.
All afterlives will freeze here! This is where we die! Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me?
You can't just cancel the jump shot. So it barely does any damage. It's
Leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft.
It takes no damage from them though. Like the time from those shots, like with the regular handheld weapon, like she took like half the damage, if even that. And she, I guess, takes no stagger. I guess the stagger grindstone does nothing for her. Oh, actually, that wasn't even the stagger grindstone. The slashing grindstone. Of course, it won't do anything. Not a slashing weapon.
Blaze! Make it stop!
Okay. Now it actually does something with the poison grindstone. Because she has 5 million different
I must hold on. No one leaves this laboratory for the
it's
sake
5
of
million
craft.
different dashes. Like and the bow like eats all your stamina. Yeah, like that one combo eats like over half of your stamina bar. It doesn't, but it takes 5 years to do that show.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop!
Yeah, this like eats so much stamina.
Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me?
And with her approaches, have like no stamina to get out of the way.
Leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft.
Yeah, but just nothing. Like it's like a false, like you're not even, you know, safe shooting from distance because of the amount of dashes she has. Combined with the amount of stamina it takes to actually use the bow.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop!
2 swings of the kukri does same amount of damage as 2 full combos of the bow. With basically no stamina used.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop!
If the kukri actually had some fucking range, so. Getting range low. Be really cool.
I am indomitable! Bear the pain, Véronique! Never surrender! My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! No! I must hold on! Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me? I must hold on!
It's really cool that every single swing she does catches up to you no matter how far you are.
Don't lose reason, Véronique! Don't give up! Don't give in! Not no one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft! All left alive will freeze here! This laboratory. For the sake of
He just
Kra.
refuses to use the healing items half the time. I don't know why that's a thing as well. I guess some kinda like one of the backup animations or something that blocks the healing
All
animation.
left alive will freeze here. This is where we die. Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me?
I also love that enemies can just get you out of Fable attacks as well. Like, it really feels like that shouldn't be a thing. Also, that upswing or downswing rather, like she just instantly flips around, no turn rate. It's more boredom than anything. I get super bored when the boss takes more than like X
Make it
attempts.
stop!
Especially when they repeat the same dialogue every time. It's unskippable.
I must hold on.
Yeah. Guess I did it on Saturday, but it really should be like if a boss takes more than 2 attempts, then dialogue is just muted.
Surrender!
No point in having it play. It's also the like almost everything in the DLC just has 5 million poise for some reason. Even if you use the destructive grindstone, like this barely gives you any extra poise break.
All left alive will freeze here. This is where we die. No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft.
Or rather, they have million attack poise. I guess is the right way to say that, because if I start parrying, then she probably goes into riposte constantly. They really want you to use the stupid parry system.
All For the sake of Krat! My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me? Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me? No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of Krat! All left alive will freeze here! This is where we die! No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of Krat! All left alive will freeze here! This is where we die! Someone leaves this laboratory for the sake
He
of
also,
Krat.
like, there, I parried the first attack, but she just instantly goes into the fire slam, regardless.
All left alive will freeze here! This is where we die!
She just doesn't care if you parry. She's also like gone to the Elden Ring school of delayed attack.
We must hold on!
It's like even if you wanna parry her, it's like
No one leaves
super
this
fucking
laboratory
annoying.
for the sake of Krat!
So she's basically just a boss that's made to be annoying for every single player ever.
All left alive will freeze here! This is where we die!
Also, that fucking hitbox for her, like,
No
so
one
weird.
leaves this laboratory for the sake of Krat.
Like, randomly you can't roll anywhere because you're stuck in her leg for whatever reason.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of Krat. My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me? I am indomitable! Bear the pain, Véronique! Never surrender!
Can't get out of here? Yeah, you don't even need to parry her. She takes poise damage just from regular block. Just seen there. Like, I didn't even do parry, I just used regular block and
My mind's ablaze!
he went into...
Make it stop!
Ghost.
We must hold on! No one leaves this laboratory.
It's like he's pushing you backwards. Everything, so...
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! I must hold on!
Origin is so slow in this.
What did your drugs do to me? No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of Krat.
Pretty sure that was one of my biggest complaints. The original playthrough. Like the stamina region is so slow. Even like I have, pretty sure I have all the stamina region P organ nodes, and I also have like the a powered up version
My
that you get
mind's
from the
ablaze.
DLC.
Make it stop!
Still have no
I
reason.
must hold on! No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft!
Is there a guarding talisman? No. You can only get guarding stuff from the field.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft! My mind's ablaze! Make it stop!
Nothing.
Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me? Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me? Don't lose reason, Véronique! Don't give up! Don't give in!
Run! What is... Huh? Why did he just stop moving? The hell? Huh? I had no idea what I'm like. I was holding sprint, tried to move backwards, but he was just twitching in place for some reason.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop!
Can you stop? Why did she do that same thing twice in a row? Ay, ay, ay.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! Hold on! I must hold on! No one leaves this laboratory.
There again, he
For the
refused
sake
to
of Kra.
actually use the healing item. I don't know what. Like, because sometimes the healing animation is like instant, and then sometimes it's slower, and then sometimes he just refuses. Don't know what the hell is the variable
All
then.
left alive will freeze here! This is where we die! I must hold on!
And again, I'm stuck on her leg. So you can't backstab her while she's doing that.
What did your drugs do to me? Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me?
Again, stuck on her like that.
No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of Krat.
Yeah, when she jumps into the air, like, I'm not sure, like, 'cause that's a red attack, so you technically can't even parry that or whatever. But, like, dodging anywhere, she just always lands on you regardless.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of Krat. Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me?
No, I do that.
Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me?
Can I not be in the corner?
Laboratory for the sake of Krat. All left alive will freeze here. This is where we die. Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me? No, I must hold on. For the sake of Krat!
It also seems to be the same variation as in Souls games, like when you raise the shield, sometimes it raises the shield instantly and sometimes it takes 5 years. Seems to be the same kind of thing going on with the Guardian.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop!
Guessing it's tied to the perfect guard thing. Plus the perfect guard exists, then it's like if it's not a perfect guard, then
Véronique will never surrender! No, I must hold on.
like I was in the dodge animation, but it didn't count as dodging the red
For the
attack.
sake of Krat!
Not entirely sure what's up with that. Maybe it needs to be a neutral dodge. Doesn't accept the directional dodge.
This is where we die!
Neutral dodge is my nemesis in this game. Can I even get out of here?
Leave this laboratory for the sake of Krat!
It's like if you're your back is in the wrong direction because she always pushes you, then you're just gonna get stuck in a random wall or something. In addition to her leg having that weird hitbox you can't get out of.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! Laboratory for the sake of craft.
But yeah, it's completely designed around either you block or do the berries.
My mind's ablaze.
We're not allowed to dodge anything other than you. I suppose. Whenever they are dodgeable.
For the sake of craft.
Again, I didn't do neutral dodge there. Doing neutral, I've said it before, and like, it's one of my biggest problems in Monster Hunter. Actually, in Monster Hunter, I somewhat got rid of it. I still like have trouble sometimes. Like Monster Hunter is one of the where it's like super prevalent. Like you are supposed to, like most of your attacks are supposed to be done in neutral, which is like really hard to get my brain like to not hold the direction. Like I've like, yeah, I've said before, it's like I gotta be holding direction while I am attacking and stuff in every single game. Like it just feels wrong not to do it. So then like when you're supposed to do things in neutral, just breaks my head.
No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft. All afterlives will freeze here. This is where we die. must hold on! I must hold on! Don't lose reason, Véronique! Don't give up! Don't give in! Not for them. This laboratory for the sake of Cross.
Just gonna refresh all her attacks to overheat. Actually, that's. Oh my god. This? You can't actually get overheat reduction, huh? You can just fire damage reduction, but you can't get overheat. Oh. What does this actually do? This is guard. It's just like it reduces the amount of durability you lose.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop!
Can't get out of it.
No! I must hold on!
Doesn't seem to do anything.
Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me? I am indomitable! Bear the pain, Véronique! Never surrender! Leave this laboratory for the sake of
Can't
craft!
escape the overheat in the second phase. Like all her attacks do overheat. This doesn't seem. Critical rate
All
action.
afterlives will freeze here! This is where we die!
And again, I'm in this corner because she pushed me.
Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me? I must hold on! Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me? Leave this laboratory for the sake of craft. My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! No! I must hold on! indomitable! Bear the pain, Véronique! Never surrender! No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft! All left alive will freeze here! This is where we die! Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me? Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me? No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft. All left alive will freeze here! This is where we die! Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me?
Also, yeah, changing the fire and blunt from nothing to reduce the damage you take.
Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me?
Again, I use fire.
Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me? I am indomitable! Bear the pain, Véronique! Never surrender! No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft!
still don't remember how you use the extra pocket. I remember I used the extra pocket in the final fight of the base game. That's why it's full of throwables. Oh, there we go. Just hold X. What the fuck? Let's go.
This is where we
Bowling ball!
die.
Bowling ball! Bowling ball! Bowling ball! Bowling ball!
I must hold on.
Bowling ball! I'm out of bowling. Canister. Canister. Another canister.
I must hold on. I am indomitable. Bear the pain, Véronique. Never surrender. Leave this laboratory for the sake of craft.
What if bowling ball can interrupt her phase 2 thingy?
Man, my mind's ablaze. Make it stop.
Her transition to phase 2.
Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me? Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me? inevitable.
Falling ball.
Bear the
No.
pain, Véronique. Never surrender.
I cannot interrupt her phase 2 change. That day. What a sad day to be a clown.
All afterlife will freeze here. This is where we die. Alchemist bastard! What did your drugs do to me? No! I must hold on! Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me? Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me? Don't lose reason, Véronique! Don't give up! Don't give in! Not to them! Forgive me. I did terrible things to you. That drug, their cure, it twisted my mind. I put you in danger. I'm sorry. Please, I beg of you. Nothing must leave this place. This cursed lab. Those cursed beings. Their test subject. Created from the legacy of the ruins. The two-faced overseer. It cannot be allowed to live. Do me this one last favor. If you mean that red-headed stalker, she did pass through here. Back when I could still think straight. We were rivals once. In the end, she showed true compassion. I'm done. Head to the coast. Find Leia. I die as I lived, without regret. Remember me, Véronique of Grant.
I will remember you, shit-face, but shit. Véronique's will. The Sire shall stand molest from an epitaph. When did she write? When these ogres are correlating with the ultimate of all human experience, shameless wretches. I'm gonna stand by and watch this betrayal. I plan to put an end to their treason. I leave this final message for my comrades who have pledged to join me in this attack. None of us will survive. I'm truly sorry, Véronique. What else did I? Up. So about not anything leave here and everything freezing here. You know, fuck you.
Véronique fought until the bitter end. But even if we could have helped her, it was far too late. At least her suffering is over. I hope she can be at peace and rest now.
It's a bad taste in my mouth having to use block and parry. Just like last time, I can't remember what, there's one boss. One or, yeah, I think it was only one boss in the main game that like forced me to use the parrying. It was like 50 million times easier. That was like easier, but not as much as the main game boss that had to parry. Maybe there is someone who can do everything with just dodges. Sadly, I'm not that someone. And in the clouds. Like Doro?
I suppose I should expect to meet strange people in such a strange place. I smell blood on you. But, interesting. It's the blood of alchemists. Still, that doesn't prove we aren't enemies. Let me get this straight. Quite by accident, you found an object belonging to the legendary stalker at the zoo. If all that is true, can you show me this object? This is a photo of Leia and her two apprentices. This locket does belong to her. I'll take you at your word that you wish to help Leia. I'll trust you. For the moment. My name is mine to hold. But you have my word that I am not your enemy, nor Leia's. I consider any enemy of the alchemists an ally. Stay, and rest a while. I'm tracking a dangerous relic the alchemists freed from the ruins. A calamity that is wreaking torment upon Krat. But the immense power of that relic wasn't enough to satisfy the alchemists. They also retrieved the remains of the ancient warrior that was protecting it, and conducted vile experiments on their finds. These experiments have yielded results already, transforming one test subject into a living weapon. I must stop this monster before they unleash it upon the city. If you plan to continue exploring this facility, take this horn. Blow it if you find the two-faced overseer. No matter where you are in this facility, I'll hear it and come to your aid. I'm just someone fighting against the alchemists. I have my reasons, but I must hide my identity to protect the person most dear to me. I can't rest until I finish investigating the alchemists. If you're open to it, I would like to ask for your assistance.
Yes, this is like the real Alidoro. It's the guy in the future is fake.
Legendary. Leia probably hates that title. She stepped up only because no one else could. Too many stalkers were lost to that evil, murderous puppet. But a great title such as that comes with many risks. And now, Romeo is in danger. Leia is desperate to find any news of him. It must be even worse for her since she has lost an apprentice once before. Would you like to ask me anything more? Trouble erupted at the zoo, and Romeo went to deal with it alone. Leia and Romeo had their own brand of justice. I wouldn't call them vigilantes, but they did their best. Regardless, Romeo could handle himself. Nothing should have troubled him on this mission. But he went missing. It's possible that this is some old grudge coming back to stab Leia in the back. Being the legendary stalker does make you a constant target to resentful enemies. Leia maintains several places along the coast that she uses as base camps. I'd seek her out in that area. Take a look at this. This tree. What could it possibly be? It looks almost human-like. I dare not imagine what plans they have for it. But I'm certain this tree bears significance. The Rose Estate, you say? I have heard whispers, mere rumors really, that an underground tram runs to the estate. If true, the tram should be at the end of this very facility. If you find the Overseer, be sure to blow the horn. No matter where you are in this facility, I will come find you.
See? Have a missing finger though. Like he has all fingers on the side. And on the side. Oh man. The blacksmith lady says that the real Alidoro is missing a finger. Orders write a letter of reprimand. Note are coated in thick layer of dust. Do not forget the importance of the listeners. This recent situation is the regrettable consequence. I've repeatedly emphasized the value of the special individuals. They must always be approached with great care. Now, with this recent series of accidents, surplus of the listeners' candidate is a significant loss. I acknowledge that managing this specific candidate was difficult due to the subject's position and the high amount of interest in her. However, this accident resulted in her death, the mysterious death of a family member of the head of the workshop union. This is something that even the Order does not condone. Do not forget that exhaustive measures and even terminations had to be carried out to cover up her death and our complicity. The members who planned this misguided experiment will be dealt with. They were not authorized to attempt to create linkage between listeners and the Great One's relics. If a similar incident occurs in the future, the Order will not hesitate to punish those responsible. You can never be too careful when approaching a listener. Ensure you proceed with utmost caution. Okay. The caliber. How'd he lose a disc here? And how did butterflies pick it up? Oh. Came back. Very long-winded way. So much voice work. Breaking news, cruise ship disaster, 13 souls lost. Very noteworthy figures of in Krat already are believed dead after a cruise ship belonging to one of the individuals capsized last night. The officials inform us the excursion aboard the ship was part of an educational tour meant to give dignitaries a full view of Krat's history, culture, and philosophies. They further alleged that an immediate family member of the head of the workshop unit was among the fatalities. Attempts to contact the organizers' fatal incursion have failed, and so far they appear to have disappeared without a trace. While the families of the victims take answers, the officials have designated the next 2 weeks and a remembrance period for sorted actions to make sure to keep the La Vendetta. Magic pocket watch, take me home. Just the other. Turbocharge. There it is. Charge with explosives. Huh? Oh. Huh. Okay then. Interesting wrap around. So we're about to come on up 2 hours. So I'm gonna check the bandit shop.
I cannot believe my eyes. You found one of my discs. I'm touched, truly. Collecting may seem a silly thing to you, but this simple act connects me deeply to the larger world. Just imagine, who were the ancient beings who engraved these discs? Did they worship a god, curse a devil? Or had they endured dark times as we have and sought the solace of an angel? Imagining others reaching the light after a dark night gives me hope this nightmare will end. Now, if you find more discs, I will offer you other valuable rewards in exchange. Well met, Master Stalker. Are you well? Oh my, you found my bag. Thank you. It may look ordinary on the outside, but the inside is filled with treasure. In fact, I'm quite certain it contains items you may find particularly useful. As a reward, I would be glad to sell some to you, huh? Well met, Master Stalker. Are you well? Lamacchio? Oh, you just missed him. He left in a rush after receiving some documents. As the leader of the bastards, he is a busy fellow, you know. The legendary backbreaker, you mean? No, I've heard nothing about her. All I know is that she is far too rough on ordinary citizens when rescuing them. Please tell her that from me if you see her. Oh, my back still aches. How will I ever reach the Rose Estate in this condition? Well met,
Oh. Record. Amulet. Quartz. cosmetic item. Can't get any discs from. Did we ever? I think I forgot to actually go upstairs in the future. Like I was looking for the cat in the future, but we had to check the golden tree thingy because we planted a thing next to it. What's here?
Flocons de neige qui brillent dans le ciel nocturnement.
This.
Je t'attends seul dans le noir. Je
Nothing
t'attends
new.
depuis trop longtemps. Je peux t'entendre dans mon cœur. Un murmure de ma propre ambition. Le moment de te rencontrer maintenant.
Kind of weird that it doesn't like instantly grow. This is the future, so.
S'agit d'attendre toute ma vie. N'entends-tu pas ma petite voix? Je t'attends.
You don't remember. Ask me about it.
So crazy their arm.
Caresse un ciel brillant. Serait-il possible que je te murmure à ton oreille? Si vous avez une longue journée, te souviens-tu de moi souffrant? Tu reviendras un jour, écoute mon cœur.
Right. So we'll leave Pinocchio here for the time being.